Good evening and welcome back to the Library of Horror Hotel, where it's time for Creepy Cheapies once again. And badness gracious me, I hope you people appreciate the trouble I have to go to sometimes to find these great monsters to show you every week. Now, I was a little unprepared today. As you can tell, I just rematerialized back here on Earth, just beamed down from Quadris Angeles 4, and well, I can tell it wasn't an entirely successful rematerialization, although I know they say any rematerialization you can walk away from is a good one. I don't think I should do too much walking yet, because I'm pretty sure most of my internal organs haven't materialized back in me. I think they're out in space somewhere at this point. So while we wait for the rest of me to get here, let me request that you please hit that subscribe button and maybe help us to continue to bring you horrifying monsters and masks every week. Now I'm just going to be a little calm, take it easy here while the rest of me rematerializes back in this spacesuit. It's a good thing this is a heavily padded suit. If I took this off, I would just sort of collapse like a big deflated balloon, and imagine how embarrassing that would be on camera. So while we wait for the rest of me to form back where it should be, let me tell you why I had to go to that distant planet just so I could do a Creepy Cheapie episode for you on the incredible hybrid. What? Hybrid? Yeah. Hybrid. And no, don't say hybrid. No, it's not hybrid, it's hybrid. Look at this mask. Wow. This monstrosity is from the creeps at Trick or Treat Studios. Okay? And it came along in, I believe, 2023. Part of the 2023 lineup. Now, this is a sculpture. May look familiar to you because it was originally offered back in 1992 in a slightly different version from Death Studios, both designed by the great Jordu Shell, one of the best monster makers ever with the best imagination and the best eye for anatomy. But this is not the original sculpture. This is a newly resculpted version. Now, the Trick or Treat Studio tag that came with mine claims it was sculpted by Connor DeLess, but I believe that's less than accurate. I believe it was actually resculpted by old Jordu, who sculpted the first one. And you're thinking, don't call him old Jordu. Well, you know, I knew Jordu when we were both young and stupid. And now that we're both old and stupid, you know, it's just, that's the way the eyeball bounces. What? The expression is the old ball? Oh, I guess I've been saying it wrong all these years. Anyway, the hybrid, first available from Death Studios in 1992, and I don't think a lot of them were made. Don't think there were a lot of them at that time. Very similar look. You would think it was the same sculpture unless you really compared it with this one, because they're very, very similar. But this one is sort of a resurrection, as Jordu likes to call it, of one of his own monstrosities. And believe it or eat it, I had one of the original ones, okay? I had one back around the time he sculpted it, which was 1990, I think, 89 or 90. I had one back then, and I got it unpainted from Jordu, and I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. I had never seen one painted, so I painted it myself, and I realized he looks sort of amphibious, and he looks sort of like he could be a fish or a lizard or a reptile, but I was thinking crustaceous. So I painted that one red, and he did have black eyes, but he had, I think, white teeth, and he was red with some sort of, he didn't have quite this same business going on, but he had little veins and squiggles all over the place. Yes, I said squiggles because I'm a professional. The red one, well, you're gonna hate this. Don't hit unsubscribe, please, when I say this, but I searched all through the records of Horror Hotel's many photo albums and ancient mask history records and books that we have here. I could not, for the afterlife of me, find a photo of that one that I painted red, and it's too bad because I think that was the only red one there ever was, because the Jeff Death edition from 1992 was kind of this color. It was kind of pretty close to this, the yellow-green version. But what a spectacularly cool monster, because all of his anatomy looks to me like it could really exist. He doesn't look like just some lines and shapes thrown together to look weird, and it can look like anything because it's an alien. No, I think he's actually got some anatomy to him that looks like it could exist. Although if you see one on this planet, you should probably move in the opposite direction, because I don't know too much about his disposition. He's always been pretty friendly to me, but, you know, I think he was a little intimidated by me because he'd heard I was scouring the galaxy looking for him. Now, I wanted to interview the original monster who posed for Jordu, but I never did find him, but I did find one of the masks that I was able to bring back to Earth. You are going to have a much easier job than I did, because you only have to go to Trick or Treat Studios online website, and you can buy one there. And it's about $60, which is the same price that the Death Studio one sold for back in 1992. And if you look at that paint job carefully, you will notice there's about $60 worth of paint on here. And so the mask is like a bonus, you know. In fact, nobody I know who paints masks would do this elaborate of a job for you for only $60. This is probably a $75 or $80 paint job. Latex notwithstanding, but the teeth are pretty much the same color as everything else, and that kind of works with the character. But of course, if you don't like that, you could always give him white teeth or black teeth, or you know, whatever you think looks good. Somebody talked about putting blood on that. I don't like that, because I know he could eat. He could be a face chomper for sure, but I think he looks a little more thoughtful than that. Looks a little more like he's thinking about something than just being a total beast. And if I don't drop him, that'll be pretty cool, huh? If I don't drop him in front of the camera there, but there he is. The hybrid, an amazing Jordu shell creation, and when I see him, he looks like, you know, an old friend or something. I wonder whatever happened to that friend. He was redder than you. Did I tell you? But yeah. And once more, let me point out, I did not do anything to the paint job on this one. This is straight out of the package from Trick or Treat. $60, you can't complain. Well, you can always complain, it just doesn't do any good. So, until next time, please do hit that subscribe button. And, well, hopefully the rest of me will have materialized back inside this suit when you see me next time. Tune in to find out. I'm not going to have to go look for the rest of myself in space again, am I? I'm getting too old for this rematerialization stuff. Well, guess I should prepare for the worst.